Thanks and welcome to the 6:15 with me, Kejang Henry at Timby. We flag off with our headlines. Bamenda came alive as the Prime Minister, head of government, cut the ribbon to officially open the long-awaited Babaju-Bamenda Road. Under tight security, Dr. Joseph John Guti also launched rehabilitation works on the city's iconic Station Hill. And as Cameroon heads towards presidential and regional elections, the Ministry of Communication, Elecom, and the media have met in Yaoundé to reject hate speech, disinformation, and manipulation to safeguard democracy. Top stories. Be consulted through our respective platforms on Canal International. We begin from the Mawa, where for residents on the outskirts of Ngaoundere, simply reaching the city's heart is a daily struggle. The post of the secondary routes critically safeguarded.
C'est la seule route. Combien de populations qui habitent ici? Combien?
Puddles and moats, these peripheral zones, has become a daily challenge.
Dégradation de la route.
The roads are in a very bad state. It damages our engines, and sometimes we fall in the potholes with customers. We suffer a lot here just because of the bad roads. This neighborhood has grown with time, but we lack roads. Sometimes bikes riders don't like plying this stretch. The journey from Burkina Faso to Sabongari, America, feels like an obstacle course for both pedestrians and drivers. I'm not so proud when I look at the state of the roads. The roads were constructed without gutters. It makes it difficult for water to circulate. You have stagnant water everywhere. We call on the mayor of the town to seek solutions. Accidents and assaults are becoming more frequent along these roads. The situation adds to the frustration of residents already burdened by the rising costs of transport. The moment you tell a bike rider, you're coming this way, they give you high transport bills, which scares you. But all of this because of the bad state of the roads. Yeah, cries of distress are loud and clear. Locals feel abandoned, and while they wait for a concrete response from public authorities, they continue to live side by side with the stagnant water and deteriorating road conditions.
Thanks, Maureen D. And Bamenda came alive as Prime Minister, head of government, Chief Dr. Joseph John Guti cut the ribbon to officially open the long-awaited Babaju-Bamenda Road. Under tight security, Dr. Joseph John Guti.
Bamenda, Northwest region, has endured the devastating effects of security crisis that started in 2016, a situation that greatly impacted the road network as construction works came to an abrupt halt following attacks on workers and barbaric destruction of working material. Traveling to and from Bamenda a nightmare, but today the long-awaited dream has become a reality. The mission of Prime Minister, head of government, to formally open the Babaju Matazem Welcome to Bamenda stretch to traffic.
In addition to these two lots, the project also includes the Bamenda Uphill Station Bypass route, which measures 4.9 kilometers, and the École des Champions Amou-Mezam Junction route, which is 5.5 kilometers, Amou-Mezam Junction, Finance Junction, Veterinary Junction, Hospital Roundabout, Food Market, City Chemist Roundabout, and Veterinary Junction, close to 6.5 kilometers.
Works moving from upstation to downtown Bamenda, which have been in a most pitiable state.
The route now is very nice. Yes, we are very happy now. We still want more.
The launch of the rehabilitation on the city's urban crossing, the popular upstation hill and others to make the living condition of the population suitable, as there are additional measures such as the C2D urban regional capital.
Such as road rehabilitation, the development of commercial facilities, water drilling, the installation of modern public lighting, and importantly, enhancements to the student environment.
A reassurance mission by the head of government to his brothers and sisters in the Northwest, especially the youths, to make peace their priority.
May I seize this opportunity to call on them to abandon this destructive path and instead embrace the way of peace, the way of progress, and the way of development.
A new dawn has begun, one the population is called upon to embrace and promote its implementation.
Meanwhile, a 44-page harmonized ethical guide has been presented to municipal executives of the Northwest region to foster good governance. As we are gathering from you, Sherifa Saleh, with chorus from Northwest Chief Correspondent Annie Collins.
While awaiting the local public service code for regional and local councils, this is the document that will henceforth regulate the management of municipal institutions in the Northwest region. The 44-page harmonized ethical guide was recently presented to the municipal executives of the region during a workshop in Bamenda to foster good governance. The booklet has been elaborated by a working team of a cross-section of society constituted by the Office of the Public Independent Conciliator.
In the guide, good governance is emphasized, marginalization is decried, discrimination is decried, hate language or hate speech is decried, and violation of human rights is decried.
Each council is expected to have a copy of this measuring rod as they will be judged by its content.
But PIC has taken the pains, working with mayors to harmonize those codes, breach them, make them very accessible.
Where they found is unable to get the right actors to come to the mayor's aid.
Seen as a Bible for running council affairs, the pamphlet carries the tenets of good governance. For 4 years now, the absence of the local public service code must have slowed down the evolution of municipal affairs within the context of the special status for the English-speaking regions, as even some mayors have dark clouds over many issues. In the course of the 3-month good governance campaign, the Office of the PIC Northwest is also gathering data for its 2025 annual report.
Thanks very much, Sherifa Saleh. In politics, with October 12 fast approaching, the LECAM is ramping up elections readiness. And so in Walla, divisional supervisors of local polling commission members have been receiving training on professionalism, ethics, and transparency to ensure credibility on polling day. Gladys Ambo Dibang was part of that training.
The role of the Supervision Commission in the electoral process remains vital. With the October 12 presidential election fast approaching, members of the Divisional Supervision Commissions are being schooled on their responsibilities.
Divisional Supervision Commissions are presided by the presidents of the High Courts. Operating at the divisional level, each commission includes 3 representatives from ELECAM, 3 from the administration, and 1 representative from each candidate. These commissions are responsible for transmitting results from the local voting commissions, compiling results at the divisional level, and forwarding them to the vote counting committee.
The training brought together ELECAM officials and other key election actors, all under the supervision of the Littoral Regional Delegation. Participants expressed satisfaction with the session and confidence in the process ahead.
We are training elections Cameroon representatives who will in turn train the presidents of the local vote commissions. At the same time, we aim to engage with members of the divisional supervision commissions to better understand their expectations. We are divisional level trainees, here to acquire the knowledge needed to train others who will serve at the polling stations.
The training covered 2 essential modules. The first focused on understanding and correctly filling in the official electoral report. The second tackled the organization of polling stations, vote management, and ballot counting. But above all, strong emphasis was placed on ethics and professional conduct.
And more politics as Cameroon heads towards presidential and regional elections. The Ministry of Communication, the Elections Management Board, the ELECAM, and the media have met in Yaoundé to reject hate speech, disinformation, and manipulation to safeguard democracy.
A moment of brainstorming between the Ministry of Communication, Elections Cameroon, and the media, with one object on the table: reviewing mechanisms for efficient coverage of the presidential and regional elections fast approaching.
Is to focus all our objective to give the good information, the credible information, objective information, impartial information, so that we cover all the elections that are coming. And I feel that if we focus our objective in the way, we will cover this election very correctly, and all stakeholders will be satisfied.
The platform, presided over by the Secretary General at the Ministry of Communication, Felix Zogo, who also called on media professionals to combat hate speech and all forms of manipulation during this sensitive period.
Je vous engage donc, au nom du ministre de la Communication, à faire preuve de patriotisme, de professionnalisme, de responsabilité dans la couverture médiatique et le traitement des informations liées à ces élections.
One of the key elements to discuss on by the actors is media accreditation ahead of October 12.
Arrival of 4 babies born through in vitro fertilization on September 17. And so the arrival of these 4 baby boys has pushed the hospital's in vitro fertilization success story to about 560 babies, as we are gathering from you, Patrice Nkamo.
The 4 babies were conceived through in vitro fertilization, raising the total count of successful births to 560 since the inauguration in 2016. Each child is more than a statistic. It represents a story of perseverance, resilience, and renewed hope.
This is the 560th baby which are born here through in vitro fertilization.
Behind the scenes, the medical team worked tirelessly to make these dreams a reality. Each birth is a victory over infertility.
We couldn't do this without the support of the head of state and his wife. What they did so far for this hospital, the benefit of the population, great thing what he did.
For many families, the Yaoundé Gynecological Endoscopic Surgery and Human Reproductive Teaching Hospital is more than a fertility center. It is a sanctuary where despair turns into possibility. Walking through its hills, each one feels the weight of stories. Couples who once feared life without children now find joy in lullabies and midnight cries. The center has also become a continental reference. In just 15 years, it has shown that advanced reproductive medicine can thrive in Africa. Beyond IVF, the hospital continues to expand its specialties, reinforcing its reputation as a beacon of medical excellence.
We are performing too cancerology, and we are performing minimally invasive surgery with endoscopic surgery, which will be now first surgery which will be performed all around the Africans in the world, for example.
As a cradle field, the staff are already looking ahead. A symbolic milestone of 1,000 births is on the horizon. Here, there is hope that tomorrow will always bring new life. Hope has 516 names and counting.
So congratulations, welcome to the babies. Cultural ties topped the agenda of Indonesia's ambassador to Cameroon, Agung Gaya Semarat, met with Communication Minister Rene Emmanuel Sadi in Yaoundé. The call for strong cooperation between journalists from both countries to showcase heritage. Except
we have exchange of views and tried to identify areas of cooperation and collaboration in order to strengthen and scale up Indonesia's and Cameroon cooperation, particularly in communication sector. And we have identified possible collaboration, for instance, journalist exchange program, possibility also of Cameroonian journalist visit program to Indonesia, and other thing, including like potential for collaboration between Cameroonian news agency and Indonesia's news agency. And we have agreed that the importance of communication both in Indonesia and Cameroon, being Cameroon and Indonesia as a big multicultural countries.
And that was Indonesian Ambassador to Cameroon, Agung Kahaya Simarat, talking there to the press after his meeting with Cameroon's Communications Minister, Rene Emmanuel Sadi in Yaoundé. And that draws the curtain for this edition of the 6:15 with me, Kejan Henry Atimbe. Thanking you for being there with us. Lee Piju is just right around the corner. Follow the brief, the actuality. Goodbye.